Welcome to my review of Joker. Get back on the bed. Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka after I saw, like I just said, today I'm reviewing, or tonight. It's really late, it's past my bedtime. Do I even have a bedtime? I'm not sure. But anyways, welcome to my review of Joker. Now, this is easily one of the most anticipated films of the year. We finally get an origin story of one of the biggest, most evil supervillains of all time, and we're finally getting it. This is directed by Todd Phillips, stars Joaquin Phoenix, and Joker starts off as a guy who spins around a sign while wearing clown makeup, and he gets brutally beaten. And while finding different jobs, he starts going a lot more insane. He can't control his laughter. He lives with his mom, and he went on a talk show host. He befriended a talk show host man played by Robert De Niro, which I kind of forgot he was in. I did not fully know he was in this movie until, just before it came out. So that's pretty crazy knowing that. I think Robert De Niro is starting to gain his career back because, The Irishman comes out on Netflix next month, and I've heard so much praise about that. I cannot wait to watch that movie. And with this movie, it basically is the Joker origin experience that we have come to witness ourselves as the audience. Now, of course, when reviews started going in, critics were just praising this movie, but as soon as more critics watched the movie, it started becoming very controversial, and I can totally see why. The Rotten Tomatoes score just started lowering down, and the Metacritic score started lowering down. I mean, it has a decent score on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't understand why it's not higher than Dora. But, I can see where the controversy comes from. But honestly, this movie, I love this movie, guys. I loved this movie so much. I saw this in IMAX, and I saw it with my friend Matthew Bailey. If you saw in my last video where I was vlogging, I'll put a link in the description in case you guys haven't checked it out. But guys, this movie blew me away. I was so impressed by how good this movie was. I mean, first off, Joaquin Phoenix in the movie. What can I say about him? I feel like even if you don't watch the movie, when you watch the trailer, you physically know he's going to be incredible as the Joker, undeniably. I mean, I knew if the movie wasn't even going to be good, I knew Joaquin Phoenix was going to be amazing, but I'm so glad the movie isn't just good because of his performance. First off, backgrounds and the world, it just looks of Gotham City, it looks so visually stunning, like its muted colors and stuff like that. It just looks so damn good, and I am so impressed by it. Costume design and makeup design, well, of course the makeup, Joker is just splattering paint on him, but it still looks really good. Now, of course, the controversy comes for the fact that it might be promoting violence and mayhem. I personally do not feel that. First off, this movie isn't as violent as it makes it out to be. In fact, it's not just disturbing because of its violence. There are also so many sequences that Joker just messes. He's a mess, basically, but in that good kind of messy sort of way. His life is very messed up, and there are those moments where my heart just started pounding because I did not expect what was going to happen. Like, I was worried that something really bad was going to happen. Like, Joker was going to do something, like, really bad. Of course, in the movie, his name is Arthur, but, the experience witnessing him in this movie, it just, like I said, got my heart pounding because his behavior is very disturbing in this movie. And I think that's truly what made Joaquin Phoenix a perfect choice in this. His laughter, his powerful performance is not just what saves this movie, but also it is very well directed. And the fact that the movie just focuses on him and not really on his mother or anybody else, because this movie's called Joker. It focuses on his story. And I really was hoping for this to get an R rating. In fact, I knew it was going to be getting an R rating because, I knew, because, I mean, of course, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, all those movies are PG-13, but when you make a movie about him, I had a feeling it was not going to be kid-friendly at all. And it shouldn't be. Of course, Heath Ledger's Joker was also very disturbing, but of course, he was also very incredible in that. But is Joaquin Phoenix as good as Heath Ledger? I can't really say. I know it's very. This movie is definitely going to be winning some Oscars. I just know it. I really hope so. You already know Joaquin Phoenix, even though this movie's getting controversial, he has to get nominated for an Oscar because, of course, he's terrific in the movie. But that's not just what made this movie so good. I mean, easily, the climax of the movie just felt so satisfying that near the end, I applauded. I really, really did, because it's something that, I was really expecting, or not really expecting to happen, because, well, if I talk about it more, I'm just gonna spoil it for you guys, and I don't really want to spoil it. With all of its controversial themes, I really feel like this movie is probably going to age very, very well in the future. I mean, come on, this just, I did not expect to love this movie so much. But I want to see it again. And the movie is 2 hours long. It's not as long as the Dark Knight trilogy. I feel like the runtime is just right because the movie fully focuses on him and his story. It's very well directed. It is very well paced. Joaquin Phoenix, flawless in this movie. He's the star of the show, and everything else, it's just what I wanted to see. In fact, it got better as the movie progressed. But it's not as violent as people make it out to be. There are tons of other movies that were more violent than this movie. I can name a bunch right now. Ready or Not, The Kitchen, even though that movie was awful. Hellboy, obviously, that was way more violent than this. And that movie was awful, too. I feel like It Chapter 2 is a bit more violent, at least bloodier than this. John Wick, Chapter 3, I feel like was more violent than this. So, yeah, it's not the most violent movie of the year, so honestly, I feel like that's where most of the controversy comes from, but honestly, I don't really agree with it because there's so many other things. Like, critics are saying this movie's going to provoke violence, but, I really don't feel like that's the case. I mean, come on, Fortnite, people are blaming that for video game violence. I mean, it's just like all these other controversies about video games causing violence. I really don't think that's the case. But, enough about the controversy. The movie itself, go out and see it. If you're a fan of the Joker, and if this is the origin story that you're going to get, I feel like it's totally going to be worth it. I saw it in IMAX. It was a fantastic experience. This movie deserves the name masterpiece. From all these critics out there that praised it for that, and the critics that didn't, I feel like they're kind of lost, but, I can completely understand where they're going with that. Oh, boy. I never thought, I did not think I would actually give this movie this rating, but I loved it so much. Screw it. It deserves that rating, guys. And I am not joking either. No pun intended. Go out and see it. It's just, I'm sorry, I just don't know what else to say. I really love this movie that much. I cannot wait to see it again. I cannot wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. Thank you, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix, for working together to create this piece of art. Thank you guys so much for watching. More videos are coming soon. I think I'm almost finished with Borderlands 3. I really want to try and review that. But thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later. Word out.